Next, I would like to ask Mark Meyer Appel, president of We Are One, to speak. As you heard at the beginning of the program, there is an increasing awareness of childhood abuse issues in the Orthodox community. Mark Appel has been an advocate for child health issues in New York for the past 25 years. He is the past trustee of the Health and Hospitals Corporation in New York City. He has frequently testified before congressional and legislative bodies on the need to protect children from emotional and sexual abuse. Mark? You're always sneaking up on me.
First, I want to begin with thanking the Assemblywoman Markey. She worked so hard, and Marcy Hamilton, and so many of the groups, Survivors for Justice, and there's so many groups that have worked for years on this project, so I think we got to give them a nice hand. My dear friends, I came here this morning because I couldn't say no. How could you say no to such an important and historic event? This week is the week following the holy holidays of Easter and Passover. And it's the holiday of freedom. Freedom from bondage, freedom from pain. We hope that this woman standing on my right, the Assemblywoman, will bring to the victims that Passover, that freedom from pain, and once and for all, be free to continue their lives in a successful way. We're gathered here today, all of us, as one group, as Am Echad. Black, white, Catholic, Jewish, we all here, Hasidic, Orthodox, victims, non-victims, we are all as one. And the story has to be told, and specifically to you as the press, that the entire Jewish community, I mean, I represent my organization, which is a global organization, but the entire Jewish community, let me be perfectly clear, every single major Orthodox congregational board of directors has approved and has voted and has lobbied for Assemblywoman Markey's bill. Let that newspaper know. The OU of America, the Orthodox Union Congregations of America, Rabbinical Alliance of America, Igat Rabbanim, all these represent thousands and thousands of Orthodox Jews. Nobody speaks for us as a community, only the congregation and only our leaders. So when you read in the newspaper that some minute organization in Williamsburg or some organization in Bushwick is not supporting the Markey bill, they don't represent God, they don't represent Judaism, they don't represent Christianity, they don't represent anybody.
Yeah.
There are various different groups, Rabbi Rosenberg, Rabbi Gershon Tenenbaum, Rabbi Davis, all of them for Rabbinical Alliance of America, leading major 800, 900 congregations in your group. Would you like to say something?
I'm tremendously moved by all the speakers, every single last one. Congressmember Markey is astoundingly
Assemblywoman.
She will be Congress. She will be Congress.
No, I will not be.
We need her in the federal level.
Assemblymember Markey's outstanding, brave work.
She's very brave.
It's unbelievable. I want to commend Assemblyman Dov Heikkens. He's not here right now, but he literally, with a crowbar, is prying open the lid on children's victimization in the Orthodox Jewish community. And it's tremendously brave. That's a tremendous step that he's taken because it opens it up. It begins the process of healing. And it also begins the process of identifying the pedophile criminals. And these things are important because as we stand here and as this bill is not yet passed, every day there are those pedophiles that continue to hurt children and destroy lives. And we can't give enough support to Assemblywoman Markey and everybody that's working with her. Thank you very much.
to introduce my colleague, Assemblywoman Patricia Eddington, who is a sponsor of this legislation, and she does have a committee meeting to go to, and that's why I'm interrupting the program. So I'll ask Pat if you'll just come forth a minute.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I missed a committee meeting already this morning because I feel that this is much too important an issue to not be here and speak as a clinical social worker. As a practicing clinical social worker, I worked with victims of sexual assault, and I can tell you this: when the victim is finally able to reveal the abuse and is believed, and when justice is delivered upon the perpetrator, as you heard before, then the healing can begin. I'm a co-sponsor of the Markey bill, and I applaud Assemblywoman Markey for her deep conviction and caring for the victims of sexual abuse. When a child is sexually abused, the child oftentimes mentally stops growing at the onset of the abuse and has difficulty and struggles with developmental tasks throughout the person's life. This legislation allows the victim their day in court, to believe in the system, to feel vindicated from the heinous crime of stealing a child's innocence that was never their fault at all. It's shameful and repulsive that these pedophile perpetrators were hidden, protected, and bicycled around to allow them to continue to harm children. The critics of this bill should want nothing but justice for the victims. Thank you.
I just want to give one statistic that I'd like to share with you. Serial pedophiles, and that makes up about 7% of that audience. It has been documented that they have abused over 400 victims in a lifetime. I think that is something everyone should be very well aware of.